Most leaders don't fail because they're incompetent. They fail because they avoid to have the conversations that would fix everything. And the sad part is, they think they're being nice. In reality, they're absolutely destroying their teams. Hi, I'm Anna. I have 20 years of leadership experience in healthcare, and I'm going to talk about the mistake that I see all the time. Let's break it down. So what is avoidance? Well, that's simple. It's a situation that you choose not to address. Not because you don't know it's not there, but because it's uncomfortable. What does it sound like? Is it, I'll deal with it later? Is it, it's not that big of a deal? I don't want to upset them. But remember, avoidance isn't neutral. It's still a decision. Here's why it happens. It's not because the leader doesn't care. They do. They just don't want to be disliked. They don't want the conflict. They don't want to make the situation worse. And so they wait. Because waiting feels productive, it feels strategic, but it's not. So here's what happens. First, your standards drop. And trust me, your high performers are gonna feel that immediately because all of a sudden their workload's gonna increase and other people aren't being held accountable. Second, resentment builds. Not against you at first, but across the team. Then you end up with miscommunication and people start pulling away. Third, now you start losing credibility. And not because you're a bad leader, but because you're not dealing with the things that other people see. And once you start losing credibility, everything gets harder. As this happens, this doesn't just affect your team. It affects the entire organization. You're gonna have increase in turnover, you're gonna have strong people leave, and now all of a sudden mediocrity becomes a new standard. And once you have this, we're not dealing with just a people problem anymore. Now we're dealing with a culture problem. We see this all the time. There's an underperforming employee and everybody knows it. You recognize it. And instead of actually dealing with the problem, you work around it. You redistribute work, you make excuses, and you try to push it off and try to wait till later. Meanwhile, your best performers, they're watching. And eventually, they just stop caring. Or it looks like this. You have somebody that's constantly missing deadlines. You try to address it, but you never actually have that crucial conversation. And then they learn that they can just get away with it, that nothing's ever gonna happen. So how do we fix it? First, call it for what it is. Stop telling yourself it's not the right time or it's just gonna work itself out. It's your responsibility. You need to deal with it. Second, the moment you notice it, manage it. The earlier you manage it, the easier it's gonna be. Because remember, we wanna deal with this as a molehill, not Mount Everest. Third, be direct, not emotional. A lot of people think that when they're direct, they're being mean, but that's not the case. Being clear and concise is actually kind. Avoidant is not. Fourth, focus on the behavior, not the person. Tell them what you're seeing and what the impact is causing. Fifth, and this is absolutely imperative, you have to close the loop. Don't just have the conversation, because without closing the loop, then you're not going to actually have any change. Avoidance does feel easier in the moment, but the longer you wait, the harder the situation is going to be, the more complex that it's going to be. Leaders who win, they don't avoid, they address. This is the first of 10 leadership mistakes that I see every day. If you want the whole breakdown, comment below or send me an email. I'll send you the playbook. And if you're serious about fixing leadership, hit subscribe. We're going to be fixing a lot of broken leadership.